Keith Croes. Most people are familiar with the idea of cyborg soldiers. Sort of a DARPA associated combination, fighting man or woman and metal and bionics that make them the most killing efficient machines in the world, except maybe for huge bombs that blow up 1 million cyborgs at one time. But cyborg against human, well, my bets are on the cyborg. But DARPA doesn't necessarily have to have a role. The defense agency in charge of looking at potential technical, scientific applications of military to the fighting man and woman would not necessarily be a plastic surgeon, a famous plastic surgeon operating and doing quite well in Manhattan, speaking at Columbia University medical conferences and other conferences around the world, a world famous surgeon, invited to perform philanthropic humanitarian surgery in a needy African nation, an African nation that has suffered at the hands of military juntas and egomaniacs for years, but have a force of almost ancient tribal warriors, indigenous peoples, like the Matusi, that maybe stand 7 foot tall, carry long lances and spears, and allegedly can be quite dangerous in the jungle. And I think we found that out in Vietnam, fighting indigenous peoples in an area that they're familiar with. Technology only goes so far. So forget about DARPA. Think about this doctor invited to work on a humanitarian basis, a philanthropic basis, in let's say Rwanda, and begin with people who need new eyes, new intraocular lenses, or new arms or legs, prosthetic limbs to help them live a normal life. And slowly but surely, by forces described in this story, which I call the Shadow Cats, it appears in my first book, Fantasy Crow. Comes to figure out that indeed he is building a cyborg army to help the native population in their centuries-long battle to remain independent from the French, from other invading forces. They have survived forever in the jungles, and with this doctor's help, perhaps they shall survive for centuries more. They call themselves the Shadow Cats, Le Chat d'Ombre. My French is not that good. I thank my friend Brenda Ropoulos for assisting me with some of the French, talking about bastard French. That's where I'm at. And that's what they speak, though, so a bastard French is better than none at all if you're trying to paint a scene. But I think this Caucasian doctor working as a world-renowned plastic surgeon in the jungles of Rwanda is a very interesting story. I hope you enjoy it, and it surely plays into ethical questions that we face right now concerning how much we're willing to combine bionics with human tissue in support of military intervention. A good topic? I think so, but I'm just the author, Keith Croes, thanking you for stopping by, and many links below, including to the Shadow Cats, the table of contents for Fantasy Crow, and a couple of interesting articles on what DARPA is doing to extend our military bionic capabilities. Yuck.